Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is 3-Chord Dave. Today we're talking about Epiphones' brand new, inspired by Gibson custom range, which has just dropped. They're expensive, but they might be worth it. Yes folks, thanks for joining me. My name is 3-Chord Dave. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, leave comments down below and so forth. We're talking about Epiphones' new, inspired by Gibson custom range. They've just put the finishing touches to the collection, I believe. We'll talk about what they dropped today and give you my thoughts. And some of the controversial things are going to be right at the end. So make sure you stick around. We also do a live stream here on Saturdays. It's called 3-Chord Dave Live, because we're creative. So if you pop along to that on Saturday, we talk about guitars and music and all kinds of things. Would be fun to have you there with us. So we will see you then. Just time to say thank you to today's video sponsor, which is Mountain Submit. They have a really great course for anyone who's trying to put their music out into the world called Music Distribution 101. You should definitely check it out. It's the essential guide for getting your music out into the world. Data from major distributors shows that 30% of releases are either user actioned or disapproved. So to help you get your music listed successfully, this course guides you through the submission process and shows you the common areas where mistakes are made. With fraud streaming on the rise, distributors have become more vigilant when researching artists and the audio that they upload. Under Spotify's new royalties model, distributors are penalized for letting through fraudulent content, so it's no wonder that they're cracking down on such things. Now, this course demonstrates how to present your release audio, artwork and data in a way that tells the distributor that you are a genuine musician who's excited to share your music with the world, and ensure that your release is approved on the first submission. And once it has been approved, your release can be added to a Mountain Submit playlist on Spotify, any of your choice, which will help boost your release in the algorithm and expose your music to other students. Of course, it's full of inside advice from a music industry professional that will result in your music reaching new listeners. There's a link in the description below to check out the course. You can use the code DAVE10, that's DAVE10, to get 10% off at checkout. Thank you once again to Mountain Submit for sponsoring today's video. Now guys, we can talk about some guitars because Epiphone have brought out quite a few today. We're just going to focus on the electrics, but there has been some acoustics added too. So we're into acoustics just really quickly. They brought out a 1942 Banner J45, a J180, and a 1957 SJ200. Very cool guitars. If you're into acoustics, they're high-end Epiphone acoustics here, custom shop, but they have the open book headstock even on them and all kinds of things. So check those out, and we will talk about the electrics on this channel. The first one we're going to talk about, probably a little bit predictably, is the SG Custom, because I think it's very cool. It's 1963 SG Custom. There's only one color, classic white, so they made sure I wasn't going to buy one. All the finishes are VOS on these guitars that we're going to talk about. Specs wise, they've had a big bump. So the ebony fretboard is a big standout here with mother of pearl inlays. You get 3 custom Booker pickups, gold hardware and a Maestro tremolo. Those are the big standouts. Comes in a case. It's a black case with a yellow fluffy interior, so that's all very good. Those custom Bookers are fancy pickups. This guitar comes in at a retail price of €1,550 here in Europe. So obviously translate that to your own country's currency, but that is the kind of price we're paying here, and that's the most expensive. The SG is the most expensive, probably because it has 3 custom Bookers in it. But not all the guitars released have custom Bookers. In fact, the Les Paul Customs do not. They have 490 or and 498T pickups in their pickup positions. Alpine white and ebony again being the colors that I just won't pick up. If you want to know more about that, come to 3-Chord Dave Live on Saturday. We'll talk about it. I'll tell you why once again. Mahogany body and neck, and these are the maple top. They're Les Paul Customs. Of course, all of these guitars have the Epiphone open book headstock, and we have to call it that now because that's what it is. The more recent Epiphones have been using the Kalamazoo headstock, and the cheaper version, the cheaper Epiphones are now going to be still with the Kalamazoo headstock. I like that headstock. I think it's very cool. It's functional. It looks nice. Everything about it is great to me. And then you've got the new open book one, new for Epiphone, of course. new for Chinese made Epiphones. Anyways, moving on, there is another guitar which is probably going to be the most controversial guitar they're releasing. We'll talk about that now in a second. And also, this is definitely going to be the top selling one. It is the 1959 Les Paul Standard. Now, why is that going to be more controversial than the others? Because it's a 1959 and they already have a 1959 Les Paul Standard outfit. That's €1,000. They've been on sale. They've been like $6.99, $7.99 at times, but they're $1,000 at the minute. These ones are $1,350, which is a great price considering that you can already buy one for $350 less. But these new ones have some differences. They've got custom booker pickups as well, which is a big spec bump. They do have an ABR 1 style bridge, Clues on single ring vintage machine heads, and nickel hardware. The fretboard, so if you look on Thoman's website, it says rosewood. If you look everywhere else, it says Indian laurel. So for the purposes of just being careful, we're going to go with everybody else, including Epiphones' own website, where they say that it's Indian laurel and not rosewood. But hopefully Thoman will be proved correct. It doesn't look like it, but you never know. Something else to point out is there are 3 finishes available from most retailers: Iced Tea Burst, Factory Burst, which is basically a cherry sunburst, and Tobacco Burst, which looks great, has a lot of Tobacco Burst guitars in his collections that he has down the years. If you go to epiphone.com, they have an exclusive finish. It's something that they've been doing for a while now with Gibson and Epiphone guitars. They have washed cherry sunburst, which looks a little bit like Factory Burst, just a little bit more faded. Anyways, those guitars, as I said, $1,350 for those, which is, it's probably a good deal because those custom bookers are worth probably double what the burst bookers are worth that are in the other version, the cheaper version, I have to call it, at $1,000. And then you've got the ABR style bridge, the upgraded Cluson tuners. You've got the open book headstock, the Epiphone open book headstock, which, I mean, look, some people are going to think that is worth the price bump in itself. I don't mind it, but I didn't mind the Kalamazoo headstock either. So either of those would be fine for me. So it's not a selling point for me, but it will be for some people, I know. Essentially, there's a €350 price increase because the other ones are $1,000. These ones are $1,350. Are the custom bookers and the ABR 1 bridge and the headstock worth that? Honestly, probably they are, which is weird to say that these actually are not that badly priced when you consider all those things. Custom bookers, if you go to buy a set of custom bookers, they're about $500, I think. So yeah, I can see where they put the money this time, which is it's making me feel weird because I can't really criticize it, and I've been criticizing their pricing for a long time. I'll still find an angle. Don't worry about it. I'll still find a way to criticize them. But those are probably going to be the best selling guitars on the collection. But I think the best guitars are the ones we're going to talk about now, which is a 1959 ES 355. Beautiful guitar. ES guitars, the 355 is the Mac Daddy. It's the best one, the top of the range. So very cool stuff here. 2 colors available: classic white, you can keep it, but cherry red, classic, looks great, fantastic. And no, it's not the Marty McFly guitar, it's an ES 345. Let's just get that straight out. No messing. The body's made of poplar maple sandwiches, which is supposed to be, so are the sides, and you've got a mahogany neck. Every fretboard, custom bookers again, Grover Rotomatics. You got the brown and pink case, so that's the same with the 59 Les Paul as well, by the way. And Epiphones.com's exclusive color is the ebony one, which I don't want either. So there you go. $1,350, the same price as the 59 Les Paul for these guitars. I think they're the best ones that they've released today. I just think they're very, very cool. And if I was in the market for an ES style guitar, that's the one I'd be looking at. I'm not currently, because I have another one already ordered, and I have a couple of things lying around that I play sometimes. Anyways, those are cool. I want to know which one you think is the best one. Do you think the 59 is cool? What do you think of having a new 59 model when there's already one there? Because to me, that's a bit weird. I can't quite wrap my head around it. And okay, it's an upgrade. It is an upgrade. But is it worth the upgraded price? And that's something I think we're going to see. Also, that SG, interestingly, you're in Gibson SG money. Buy a Gibson SG special. You can buy a Gibson SG standard if they're on special offer. You are definitely in really good Gibson SG money there. So that's going to be a big question whether people will go with the Epiphone or the Gibson, because of course you can't get an SG custom, but you can get a Gibson SG. Which would you go for? Anyway, let's talk about it some more on 3 Chord Dave Live this Saturday, 10 p.m. Irish time. Set your clocks, hit the notification bell so you don't miss it, and we'll talk all about these guitars, and I'm sure others as well as the week continues. Thank you once more to Mountain Submit for sponsoring today's video. My name is 3 Chord Dave. I'll be back with another guitar-related video very soon. But until then, take care.